Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would show you my everyday foundation slash face routine type thing. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So I've already washed my face, but I'm going to start with moisturizer, and I am using the Simple Sensitive Skin Experts Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. It's got no harsh chemicals or artificial perfumes or dyes, and it doesn't smell weird or anything, and it works pretty well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in my hand. And if my eyebrow area looks kind of red, it's because I just waxed them. So just ignore it. Can't really make it stop, so sorry. Okay, so after I do my moisturizer, I gotta let it sit for a little bit, let it kind of soak into my skin. But as soon as it does soak in, I'm gonna go in with Clark's Botanicals Anti-Puff Eye Cream. And I got this in, I want to say I got it in one of my glossy boxes. I'm not for sure. It might have been in a BoxyCharm. Or not BoxyCharm. Yeah, BoxyCharm. It's either BoxyCharm or Glossy Box that I got this in. But I've been using it and it works really well. I just take a little bitty bit on my two fingertips and just kind of sweep it across. This is to help get rid of puffiness, and it's supposed to help with the circles under your eyes, but I doubt that's really going to work. And it's supposed to help with fine lines. And it's not just for under your eye, you can use it anywhere. Like, you can use it on your smile lines or your crow's feet or anything, and I think it even said forehead lines, but I just use it under my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to let my face absorb all this moisture, and then as soon as it does, we will move on with my foundation routine. Okay guys, so my face has absorbed all the moisture, and we're going to go in with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Face Primer. I use this all the time. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it in almost every single one of my makeup videos, but it's almost out. It is a little too oily, so after this I will be switching to the Primed and Poreless Pure, which is oil-free. I've already got a bottle of it. I just am not going to waste perfectly good makeup. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my hands and spread it on my face. I'm going to spread this evenly. This is how you get the nice photoshopped, poreless, super smooth, dull face skin look on your face. Normally I would use more than one primer. Like, I would normally put the Ulta Hydro Prime on before this one, but I'm out and I have not had a chance to buy more. So I'm just going with this one. And you just want a nice, light, even coating. I know a lot of people think that putting more primer on will help make it look more smooth or something, but it actually makes it a lot harder to do your makeup if your primer is too thick on your face, especially if it's oily like this one. Okay, so after primer, I'm going to go in with my Veil Complexion Fix Illuminating Concealer. I got it in my Wantable box, and it's just supposed to be like an illuminating concealer, but it's very orange, so I use it more as a color corrector for my dark circles under here. So I'm just gonna sweep it on. So I'm going to take my little beauty sponge and I'm going to spray it down with the e.l.f. Makeup Setting Spray. And I'm just going to blend this concealer in. Okay, so after I do that, I'm going to go in with my foundation. And I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation today. I don't use the same foundation every day. It's kind of just whatever matches my skin tone of the time, and depending on how heavy I want it to be or how much coverage I want, and it just depends. But since this is just a basic, lightweight foundation, and I'm not very tan yet, I'm going to go in with this. And this foundation is awesome. It's very, very, very lightweight, but it is full coverage if that's what you're looking for. You can build it up. So you can put on just one layer if you just want a basic coverage, or you can keep building it up if you want full coverage. I don't really have much to cover. Sometimes I have like red blotchy spots, but today the only red spots I have are on my eyebrows. So this foundation isn't a pump, it's a little dropper. I just drop some on the little top of my bronzer. I'm just gonna place some on my face. I found that it's easier to place it on my face and then use the beauty blender to blend it out. But when I try and put it on my face, like if I take my beauty blender and dab it in the foundation and then put it on my face, the beauty blender soaks it all up because it is a water foundation and it is very watery. It's not thick, which I personally like about it. It makes it feel like I'm not wearing anything. It makes it feel like I'm just putting moisturizer on my face. And this foundation is also a sunscreen. Like it's got SPF 15 in it. And on the packaging, it actually really looked like they packaged it like a sunscreen. Okay, so now I'm going to take my beauty blender and just start blending this out. I'm going to try not to get it all caked into my eyebrows, of course. I feel like I've got a lot more red undertones to my skin today, and this foundation has more yellow undertones, so it's kind of frustrating, but when I got it, this was actually a perfect match. I didn't have any red undertones, so I don't know what's going on with my skin today. Okay, so now that I've got my foundation all blended out, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in 10 Light. This is awesome for under my eyes. And I'm just going to sweep it in a triangle shape the way you do. You know how it's done. This is just going to help with those dark circles that I have. Okay. Well, that's great for under my eyes. I don't think it's bright enough to highlight with, so I use the Maybelline New York CoverStick, and this is in light beige. And this has lasted me so long that I should probably throw it away just because it's old, but I'm not going to because it still works. So inverted triangle on my forehead, a little bit down my nose, Cupid's bow, a little dab on my chin, and then just right here. So after I've got my face highlighted and got the concealer placed, I'm going to take my sponge, spray it down, and blend it all out. Okay, so now that I have all my concealer blended out, this is where I would normally go in with my Tarte the Sculptor pen, or crayon, or whatever it's called. And it just helps like contour, like basically contour and kind of like sculpt out your face. But since this is not a full glam look, this is just an everyday foundation, then I'm not going to do that. I am going to set my concealer though, and I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Perfect Finishing powder, whatever. It's translucent powder by e.l.f. So I'm just going to let that sit for a second, and then I'm going to use this little brush. It's just an angled like blush brush, but it's like, I don't know, I don't use it for anything but this. And I'm just going to use it to sweep away the extra powder. Okay, now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Kabuki brush and just set the rest of my foundation in using that same translucent powder. After I've set my foundation in, I'm going to go in with some bronzer. So I'm going to take this angled blush brush. I know it's for blush, but I'm going to use it for my bronzer. And I'm using the NYX Matte Bronzer. And it's just a little medium brown. I swirl my brush in there, tap it off, and then just place my bronzer. So after my bronzer, I'm going to go in with my blush, and I'm just using the e.l.f. blush palette with these beautiful colors. Then I'm going to use my Luxie blush brush. Now obviously I choose different blush colors depending on what my makeup's going to look like, what my eyeshadow's going to look like, what my lipstick's going to be like, what kind of look I'm going for. But since this is just an everyday kind of look, I'm going to be using this brownish orangish blush mixed with this light pink, and I'm just going to swirl those two together. Tap off the excess. Okay, so now that I've got blush, bronzer, and all that, I'm just going to go in and highlight my face. This is the City Color Highlight Trio. I got it in my Ipsy this month, if you watched that unboxing. I'm going to take my Luxie highlighting brush, which I also got in my Ipsy bag this month. And I'm going to be using I'm going to go for this like almost pinkish highlight. I'm just going to swirl my brush in, like with everything else I do. Tap off the excess. Can you guys see that glow? Lights might be a little too harsh. Okay guys, so that's it for my everyday foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Next I would go in and do my eyes, my eyebrows, and my lips, but this is just a foundation routine. Brows are different for every eye look, or I would include them in this. Everything I used will be listed in the description box down below, just in case you were wondering. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SheWhoSpeaks. Instead of spaces, just put in underscores. And I'm also on Snapchat at Kimberly.Nicole with a K, not a C. And you guys can see I do a lot of little things on there. I post little sneak peeks of videos on my Instagram and sometimes even on my Snapchat. Just get a little bit of peek into this glittering adventure that I call life. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!